All right, this video is all about step 4 in buying your Midwest City, Oklahoma home or land. Midwest City, Del City area, Oklahoma home or land. So if you've been going through this playlist, you've been tearing up this knowledge, you've been gleaning amazing information from it, getting tons of nuggets. This part right here is about the offer. Okay, we're going to go over 7 things that you want to keep in mind to ensure that your offer is accepted and you're able to move forward on that home of your dreams. So let's get into it. First thing you need to know is know the market. Know the market that you're in. The agent that you're working with, when you're working with my team and I, we're going to go over comparables. We're going to be talking about what the market is in your price range for the Midwest City, Del City, Oklahoma homes and land. We're going to be chatting with you about that. You're going to be knowledgeable because if you don't know what's going on in the market, you're not going to make a successful offer. Look, the whole reason that you're out looking at houses, the whole reason you're out wanting to buy a house is to buy it, to win it from other potential buyers. Okay. So know the market. If it's a market like we were just in, people were having to pay 20, 30, $40,000 over in Midwest City to get the house. That's the market that we were just in. In today's market, you might be able to get concessions from builders. You might be able to get concessions from the seller, not so much if it's a fresh new house on the market and if it's priced competitively, but the builders, they might be offering some concessions right now just to get rid of that inventory. So you got to know the market, number one. Number two, put yourself in the seller's shoes. Okay. This isn't Walmart. This isn't Target. This isn't Costco. This isn't Sam's. When you're dealing with a seller that owns the house, that lives in the house, there's a lot more emotions involved in this transaction. Okay. As opposed to when you're dealing with the builder who it's a business deal. It's not so much as an emotional deal. So put yourself in the seller's shoes. Is the offer that you're getting ready to make follow the market? And is the offer you're getting ready to make not offend the seller? As a buyer, you need to pay attention to this stuff. The goal is to buy the house, right? The goal is to get to closing. The goal is to move in, to have an abode, right? Yes, that's the goal. So put yourself in the seller's shoes when you're thinking about making that offer. Oh, and I forgot. My name is Josh Barnett. I'm a real estate agent over at eXp Realty. The team of agents that I work with, eXp Realty and I, we've got your back when you're making a move to the Midwest City, Del City area. If you're looking to buy a home or land, give us a call, shoot us, text, send us an email. Team of agents that I work with, eXp Realty and I, we're absolutely here to help you with all your real estate needs. Third thing you want to pay attention to is this the right home? Okay, if you've looked at the market stats and you understand who the seller is by putting yourself in their shoes, is this the right home? Because if it's not the right home, don't waste time on the offer. Don't. Let's wait for the next house to pop up. Okay, but if it's the right home, acknowledge that and then ask yourself, do I want to lose it? Do I want to lose it? Because that offer, if it's not what the seller's asking, you have a potential to lose it. Another buyer could buy it from you, or the seller could just say, no, I'm going to wait. And then 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks later down the line, then you may be able to go back, negotiate a deal with the buyer, with the seller. But you've got to ask yourself, is this the one when you're writing that offer? Because if it is, you want to, step number 4, write a winning offer. You want to write a winning offer. That's what you want to do. When you go out and buy a brand new pair of shoes or a brand new car or something like that, aren't you proud of it? Aren't you proud of those shoes? Aren't you proud of that car? If it's workout gear, when you go buy new workout gear or a new, Apple Watch, aren't you proud of it? Yes. How do you do that? You do a winning offer. You do a winning offer. That way you're more vested in it. You're more proud that you won it. You don't have to go back and forth with the seller. Look, sellers already tell you what they want 9 times out of 10. There is occasionally where sellers get multiple offers. So then you got to adjust. You got to adjust to the market. Okay. That's something you're going to have to deal with depending on your price range, depending on inventory. When you're dealing with homes in the Midwest City, Del City market, you may run into multiple offer situations. We still get those on good houses. My real estate buddies on Facebook today, she was just saying she received 3 offers on a house. 3 offers on a house in Midwest City, guys. The good houses still get multiple offers. So you want to write a winning offer. Okay. Now you have to ask yourself too, do you have a contingent home to sell? Do you have a contingent home to sell? Because that's something you want to be upfront with the seller in your offer. Is your offer dependent upon down payment assistance money? That's something you've got to be upfront with the seller, something that affects the terms of the contract. Okay. You want to give all the information possible to the seller so they can make a decision and stick with you through the process in case hiccups come up along the way. Okay. If a hiccup comes up along the way and you got to ask for a 2-week extension on closing, but you weren't upfront about a contingent of sale or a down payment contingency that had to be included in the offer, the seller may not, they don't have to extend that. So, whatever you have contingencies on, you got to be upfront about that. And then when you're also writing the offer, the closing date is very important. Don't pick a date you're out of town. I mean, you can if you're comfortable with that, but you shouldn't. You should be there for the final walkthrough. You sign a piece of paper that actually says you did the final walkthrough 9 times out of 10 on the closings. So don't pick a day that you're scheduled to be on vacation with the kiddos and stuff, because that's good. Then we're going to have to ask to extend it, or we're going to try to have to close before the vacation. You want to pay attention to that close date. It's very important. Typically, homes can close within 30 to 45 days. If you're doing assumption, it's more along the lines of 60 to 90 days. Okay, so pay attention to the closing date. And then finally, when you're writing that offer, you want to be realistic. You want to be realistic in your expectations. Okay. That offer outlines the whole process. So you want to review it, watch the 2 videos at the beginning of this playlist to talk about how important different clauses are and how important different dates are on the contract. You've got to have a realistic expectation. Okay. What the contract says is what the contract says. If it's a 2-story home and you're going to have the inspector look at the roof, and then you're going to ask the seller to do some repairs on the roof, that comes up. It's Oklahoma. Have the realistic expectation that you got to get the inspector back out there to look at the repairs on the roof. Okay. Or a roofer, if a roofing buddy of yours, to get out there, make sure those repairs were done right. Okay. The contract says what it says. Too many times buyers have an assumption that sellers have to provide documentation in the repairs that might be negotiated throughout the contract. Or buyers have assumptions that they're bringing to closing that they can just cancel the contract at any time. You've got to have a realistic expectation. You can't just cancel a contract for any reason. And you need to be able to verify any repairs that you request during the negotiations of the TRR. These are just examples of the contract, but you got to have realistic expectations. Watch the two first videos at the beginning of this playlist. They provide you amazing information on the dates of the contract expectations and then different clauses of the contract expectations. All right. So these are things that you want to keep in mind when you're writing an offer, when you're looking at step 4, when you're buying a home or land in Midwest City, Del City of the state of Oklahoma. Guys, if you enjoyed today's video, please absolutely give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. I'm constantly putting out information on pros and cons, living in, moving to, neighborhood tours, home tours, informational videos like this about Oklahoma and the Oklahoma real estate market. Team of agents that I work with at eXp Realty and I, we're absolutely here to earn your business when you're making a move to, relocate to, or moving within Midwest City and Del City, Oklahoma. And then also, if you have a spouse, loved one, or even you yourself have ever thought about a career in real estate, don't hesitate to reach out. eXp Realty is expanding internationally, and the tools, the technology, the compensation, the splits, everything that eXp Realty offers agents is mind-blowing. It is set up and built for agent success by Glenn Sanford. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Share it with any of your friends who are in the market for a home, and especially if they're getting ready to write a contract, share it with them so they can get some ideas on how to write a winning offer. See you guys on the next video.